Hello, I'm Samantha Bird. Welcome back to our channel where we teach you all about custom formulation, private label, and contract manufacturing, all through the lens of the beauty world. Today, we are here at my factory, Lady Burd Cosmetics, and I want to give you a tour of what the factory looks like and what our lab looks like. So most manufacturers don't like to show their factory and they tend to keep it hush-hush. We personally don't do factory tours because we like to keep the confidentiality of our clients under wraps. We sign NDAs with most of them. I like to show you what I can, and we'll just zoom in a little bit when there's things that you guys can't see, but I'll show you everything that I'm able to. So come along with me and let's go. Okay, welcome inside. So first we're going to go into our lab. This is where we do all of our custom formulation, and we also do the first formulation for all of the different products that are in our stock line so we can see some of our chemists at work. Welcome to our lab. This is where all of the magic begins. So in the lab, they make small batches of everything before it goes out back for production. So everything in here is mini batches, and this is where they make samples, not only for us if we're doing stuff for our stock line, but also for our customers if they're doing custom formulation. Everything here is just miniaturized versions of what we have out back. So I'll show you, but we have mini mixers, mini roller mills, mini portions of the ingredients, and everything is just miniaturized. All right, before we go out back, safety first, we have to put on our hair nets. That way we don't get hair into any of the products being made in bulk. Welcome to our powder room. This is where we make all the powder before it goes into production. So in all these different machines, this is where we mix and blend the powder and all the ingredients along with the pigment to make it all the different colors that you see. After this, we'll go to the pressing room, and that is where all this powder gets pressed into products like eyeshadows, blushes, bronzers, and more, and the products that you see when you order from us. This is our Italian powder sifter. We put all the powder through this sifter before we bring it over to pressing. This makes sure that there's no clumps in it, and it's super, super fine and goes on super silky. We are in our powder pressing room. This is where we take all of the bulk powder that we made in the other room, and we actually press it into pans. So we have multiple of these machines, and you can see here how it works. Basically, we put in all the aluminum or tin pans into the machine. Then they are all filled with powder before the different machine clamps down. This will create pressure, so all the powder gets pressed. And that's really what happens when you make blush or a bronzer. So we have this machine with a different paper. It comes down and it exerts pressure onto the powder. This is actually what presses it. So you can have it dwell for longer. Dwelling is how long it clamps down. So a longer dwell will make it a more packed powder versus if you don't dwell for as long, it'll be more loosely packed. But that's how you make a blush. Now we are in our compounding room. This is one of the mini mixing kettles since we specialize in low MOQs, but what you can see here is that these are a bunch of tiny little wax pellets that are getting melted down into what is going to be a lipstick. So the three main bases of pretty much everything, whether it's skincare or cosmetics, is wax, oil, and water. So this is wax, and most of cosmetic products I use every day are made of wax. This is one of our larger mixing kettles where we make some of our bigger batches. It's basically just a giant mixer. So if you've ever used like a KitchenAid or anything like that when you're cooking or baking, this is the cosmetic and skincare equivalent. So we have a couple of these, and this is where we make some of the bigger batches of our different products. This right here is called a roller mill. We have multiple of these in varying sizes, but basically what we do is once the product is finished being made, once the bulk is done being made, we put it through here. The roller mill passes it through multiple times, and it really smooths out all the pigment. That way when you put it on, you don't get any streaks of color or streaks of pigment, and everything goes on evenly dispersed. This is where we store a lot of our package and a lot of our raw materials. All these drums down here are different raw materials that the lab uses, not only to make the different samples in the lab, but then we use them in production. We make the big batches, and we also store all of our packaging, all of the tins, and everything else that we need to be a manufacturing and production facility back here. So we have a couple rows like this. We even have a super cool forklift that I used to go on rides in when I was a little kid. My dad used to take me. But yeah, this is where we store pretty much everything.
When we went to film the lipstick room, they were actually completing a few custom orders, so we couldn't get that many shots for you. But I did want to show you what it looks like when we fill a lipstick mold, specifically for a smaller batch. So we take the bulk and it's heated, so it's in this melted, super liquidy form, and we do fill it into these molds. This mold is then sat on a frozen table, so the table emanates tons of cold air, and that helps to chill the lipsticks. They then go into a mold like this, and when you open up the mold, you then have the lipstick bullet inside. So this is one of the coolest rooms because to me, the whole company just really started with lipstick. So this is something we've been doing the longest. And then after this, all the lipsticks are hand flamed, and that's what gives them that really seamless high gloss shine that you're accustomed to when you're opening up lip glosses. But this is what they all start out as, and we just love our lipstick room.
Okay, now we are in our mezzanine. So this is where we keep all of our finished goods after they are being produced. So we do a bit of filling up here, but we also do some shrink wrap in addition to picking and packing of all of our different stock orders.
Speeding up these two clips, but wanted to show you our shrink wrapping. So basically, it's this plastic film that goes over everything, and then it goes through a heated tunnel. This heated tunnel seals it. That way it's safe, and it's perfect to send out for you guys.
Okay, this is where we have a lot of our skincare once it's filled and finished. So it all comes onto shelves here, and then this is how we pick the different orders. So this is all the pea butter, for example, and then on this side we have all of our different eyeshadows. So these are all of the finished goods, all of our finished lip glosses, LL creams, and some lipsticks. All right, hairnet's off. We are back inside. We weren't able to show you the assembly line today because we do have some customer stuff on it, so I can't do that. But now we're going to go into the label room. So this is our label room. When you do private label with us, you can pick from any of the different labels, and we can make them right here in order to do the labels for your project. Now we're going to go into our retain room. So here at Lady Burd, we do all of our own regulatory and quality assurance. So we have that all in-house. We have a full department that handles all of that for you. But part of regulatory and quality assurance is keeping retains. So we keep one of every batch of everything that we've ever made, and we store them all in this room, and that's so we can see like lot to lot variability, and we can see if any colors have changed over time. And it also allows us to track if anything has went wrong, if there's any recalls, which doesn't happen for us. But in case there is any issues, this is something that is FDA regulated and mandated. So we just keep track of everything that we do. So that concludes our factory tour. We weren't able to show you guys everything, but I think we showed you a good bit. So I hope that was enjoyable. As always, we would love to help you build the brand of your dreams. Feel free to leave a comment below with any questions that you have, and you can book a call using the link in the description so we can get started helping you build the beauty business of your dreams.